there's the King of Kings, which is God. He's the King of all. There's nobody superior to him. There's nobody like him.
But Mashiach doesn't show his face either.
Not yet. He will eventually. Hashem is the King of Kings. But as far as the Mashiach will be the King of the world here as far as flesh and blood.
But isn't he he's a physical reappearance of God, of Hashem?
No.
No?
No. The Mashiach is a flesh and blood human being just like you and me, only much more righteous. He's flesh and blood. He's not God. He's not God in human form. God does not have a human form. He never had a human form. He never will have a human form. That's what the Christians want to believe. But God does not have a human form. He has no body. He has no likeness of a body. There's actually 13 principles of faith. There are 13 foundational rules that every Jew has to believe in order to be classified as a Jew. And one of them is that God has no image and no likeness of an image. Meaning he has no arms, he has no legs, he has no face, he has no features, he has nothing. You're not even allowed to visualize his name, the 4-letter name that most people know. You're not even allowed to visualize that as if that's what he looks like.
Is that where humility comes in, like being humble comes into?
Well, no, Hashem's lack of image comes from the sense of him not having any type of limitations. If he had a body, then he would be limited by the body. If he had a hand, he would be limited by that hand. If he had anger, he would be limited by emotions. Hashem does not have those things. But yet you're going to see that in the Torah that it says God was angry, or God took Am Yisrael out of Egypt with a strong arm. So what does that mean? He doesn't have a strong arm. He doesn't have an arm. He doesn't have anger. He's not subject to anger or emotions, because if he did, then technically the anger would be God. The anger is superior to him. Or the hand would be a limitation. So what does that mean? The Torah talks to us sometimes in a way that we would understand some type of visual of Hashem, even though there's no vision, nothing to see, in order for us to understand what's actually transpiring. So it talks to us in a language where it says, Hashem took us out of Egypt with a strong hand. What does that really mean? The sages explain is that really, many of the Jews did not want to leave Egypt. Many of the Jews did not want to leave Egypt because after they were slaves for so many years and they stopped being slaves, they said, listen, we're not slaves anymore.
That's why they got punished.
Leave us in Egypt. Hashem says, you don't want to go, you don't want to leave Egypt? He killed all of them. 80% of Am Yisrael were killed in Egypt. Only 20% left. Some say even less. The other 20% also really didn't want to leave. But they left because they were scared that if they didn't leave, something bad would happen. Needless to say, Hashem says, I took you out of there with a strong arm because in essence, you weren't even ready to believe. Same thing goes when it says that Hashem was angry. If it simply said that Hashem punished us without saying Hashem was angry, then we would say, wait, there's no righteousness here. Why is Hashem punishing us without even warning us? So that's why it says in the Torah at different times that certain things anger Hashem. It's not that he's subject or limited by anger. It's simply for us to understand what he likes and what he dislikes.